I'm going to say a word. Pay attention how you feel when I say it. Money.
Show me the money.
Money. Money, 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 money.
Money, 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 money.
To make $10,000?
$1,000 a day.
Money, 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 money.
How did you feel? Anxious? Depressed? Scared? Dirty? Over the past few weeks, I've been realizing how much our lives revolve around the things we do every single day. Eat, sleep, work, exercise. We need these things every single day so that we can be happy and healthy. All of these things are daily actions or almost daily actions. And because of that, almost all our discussions, the content we see online, and our thoughts revolve around them. And ironically, they are the hardest to master and the easiest to get wrong. The real reason behind this is that we all grow up with subconscious messages being transmitted to us through our parents, our upbringing, our culture, that tell us what we should and shouldn't think about money or food or sleep. Those who have a lot of it are bad. Those who flaunt it are happy. Those who don't have it should just go get more of it. These ideas eventually turn into a relationship that can be healthy or unhealthy as an adult. In this video, we're going to cover money. One dead simple system you can set up one time and check periodically so that you can finally get a grip on your personal finances. This system was created / inspired by Ramit Sethi, one of my new favorite internet entrepreneurs who wrote the book, I Will Teach You to Be Rich. The thing that I love about Ramit is that he helps people treat the root cause of their issues with money, which is the relationship we talked about earlier. Something super cool about him that he put on his Instagram story last week is that there was this journalist that contacted him and said, hey, we're doing an article on savings tips. Would you like to be a part of it? And what Ramit said is, I don't really do savings tips. I teach people how to increase their income, how to ask $30,000 questions instead of $3 questions, and how to automate their finances. The reporter was like, okay, great, well, let's just get on the phone and we'll see what we can do. And so she called him a few days later and she said, what are your savings tips? And he said, I don't do savings tips. And then she ended up hanging up. Super, super hilarious story, but exactly what's wrong with most of the mainstream finance advice, in my opinion. If we can teach the world how to increase their income and automate their savings instead of just skipping coffee 1 or 2 days a week, we're gonna make a much bigger impact. If you wanna read the full book, which I definitely recommend, the link is below in the description. If you click on that, it helps out the channel. I really appreciate it. Before we jump into this, I should mention that you should definitely save up and get an emergency fund in place that's gonna give you so much peace of mind. My personal emergency fund is $10,000. That's what I feel comfortable with. It might go down in the future, it could go up, but right now that's what I want and that's how I feel comfortable. And so figure out a number that's gonna help you feel really comfortable about emergencies and just keep saving until you get to that point and then implement something like this. So here's the overview of Ramit's system. Think about your main checking account as a hub. Ramit compares it to an email inbox, but I prefer the analogy of a train station. But this is a really big train station where all the trains come in and out of at some point during the day. Picture each arriving train as a paycheck or as a payment from your business. Once those trains arrive, a certain number of passengers get off and go on to other trains, which you, the station manager, have set up in advance to leave at certain times for other stations or accounts. The people that remain at the station represent the money that you spend each month on things like rent, utilities, groceries, and anything else that you're spending money on. This is what Ramit calls a conscious spending plan. What's cool about this conscious spending plan is that Ramit encourages you to think about what your rich life is. I try to live pretty frugally, and for most people I do live pretty frugally, but I feel rich when I can go to the grocery store and not worry about how much is in my checking account. That's rich to me. I don't need anything super special to feel rich. So I encourage you to think about that question. What's your rich life? What would you like to be able to spend money on? And how many passengers do you think that you'll need to keep in that central train station every month to feel like you're living a rich life while at the same time saving money and being smart about your finances? I try to live on about $1,500 a month. I donate 10% of my income to my church, so that immediately takes the $1,500 down to $1,300. From there, I pay about $450 in rent. That was my rent payment while I was living in Utah, but now that I'm in London, it's a little bit higher, so I'll have to adjust it. So this leaves me with about $887 a month of spending money. Going off the principles in Ramit's book, as well as my own thoughts and what I know about myself and spending money, I decided to split it about 60-40, keeping 487 for savings and 400 for guilt-free spending is what Ramit calls it. But here's where it gets super cool. Instead of just sending $487 into a savings account and keeping it there and forgetting about it, I actually split it up into 3 different categories. And all of these go into sub-savings accounts. So number 1 is my London fund. I knew when I set this up I wanted to move to London, and I didn't want it to take a huge hit on that main checking account. And so every month I was putting away $200 towards London. So when I got here, I could, get a plane ticket, help out with the deposit for the place I'm staying, all of those things. Then I also budgeted $250 a month to go into a Roth IRA. I don't care a ton right now about saving for retirement. I know a lot of people might be upset by that, but I care more about growing my business because I know that will make me more money than money sitting in an account that I can't touch for 40 years. But I still want to take advantage of a good Roth IRA right now, so I'm putting my money into that $250 a month. Last, this is an idea I got from Ramit. I saved $27 a month for stupid mistakes, which honestly is so smart. It's like taking out an insurance policy on my idiocy. So I know that if I make a mistake like park in the wrong place or do something else, I can pay from that main checking account, but then I can just pay myself from the stupid mistakes category. And keep in mind, this is all automated. So when I get paid, then this money is automatically whisked away into each sub-savings account at a different bank, and I don't even have to worry about it. And for the Roth IRA, once it goes into the sub-savings account, it also is automatically transferred into the Roth IRA and invested. And if you're curious, I try to set it up where it's taken away about 5 days after I get paid. So if anything goes wrong, it's not gonna ding me, and I try to keep a $1,000 buffer in that checking account just in case I get an automatic withdrawal to the savings account and for whatever reason there wasn't enough money in there. Hey guys, how's it going? I was just editing this video and I realized some of you might not know how to set up automatic transfers, so I'm going to show you how I do it in my bank. It should be a really similar process for yours. Alright, so here we are in my high yield savings account. As you can see down here, I have my 3 sub savings accounts, my emergency fund, stupid mistakes, and then my London fund. So the first thing you're going to do is come up here to transfers. You're not going to do create a new transfer. You're actually going to click linked bank accounts first. And these are the external bank accounts that I have linked to this high yield savings account. They're external, they're not this bank account. So what you need to do is come click link a new bank account, and then you're going to select checking your savings. You'll add a routing number and an account number, and then add a nickname for that account. And then this is how they'll usually do those test deposits. Most of you have probably seen that before, where they'll send you a test deposit and then you have to come back here 3 or 4 business days later and submit what those test deposits were. So then you're going to come in to create a new transfer. And let's say the transfer amount is $200. We're going to take it from my checking account and put it into my London fund here. And then I can come to this calendar, and let's say we want to set it for July 8th because I get paid on the 3rd. And we'll change the frequency here to monthly. And then if we don't set an end date, we won't have an end date for that. It's just going to go on forever. So then we'll click next, come in here. It's going to ask me to submit it. I'm going to cancel it because I already have this one set up. And if you're wondering how I set up these sub savings accounts, each one is its own account. So you'll just come in here to open account and you'll follow the instructions here. Takes like 5 minutes. It's really not that hard. Each of these accounts is a separate account. You're not setting up a sub savings accounts under one account. They're all their own account. So I hope that helped. Let's get back to the video. This leaves me with $400 for guilt-free spending money, which honestly, I feel like I'm living like a king. This usually turns out to be about $50 in eating out, $150 in groceries, and a $200 buffer for other experiences or things that I want to do. I think the thing I love the most about this is that I don't have to meticulously track everything anymore, which I was doing before I read this book. It really helped me, and I think everybody should do that. I still track it about once a week, but it's a lot more hands-off, and you know that you're saving. It's all automated, so you don't really have to worry as much about what you're spending. Having a healthy relationship with all of these different daily actions comes with giving them enough importance, but not too much importance. And when you can automate them, that helps you to make a decision once so you know that you're giving importance to it, but not have it take up so much of your time, thought, energy, and just mess you up that way. Also keep in mind that I run a business, so that allows me to write some things that I buy off as business expenses which aren't included in this plan. And I just thought I'd throw in the accounts that I use. I use the personal savings American Express high yield savings account. It used to be high yield before the economy tanked. Now it's like 1%, but that's the best you're gonna get anywhere pretty much. So that's what I recommend for kind of short-term savings goals, because you're still earning a little bit of interest every month, but your money isn't locked away in like a CD or something else. And also, if you're curious, the credit cards that I use, I'm gonna leave links, referral links down in the description. If you click on those and get these, it really helps me out. The credit cards I use are the Southwest Visa. This is a business credit card that I use that's helped me to fly all across the US for free with Southwest. I love them. The Delta American Express, I just got that, and there's no introductory fee for the first year. It's gonna give me like 20,000 bonus points, I think, with Delta, so I'll be able to fly. I really value those travel points. The third one's actually the Discover It student card. They have some good cash back on revolving categories around the year, but the limit is really low, so it might ding your credit score, just so you know. I'm not really using that one as much anymore. So just wanna say thanks so much for watching. This was a pleasure to make. I geek out on this kind of stuff. And again, go follow Ramit, he's awesome. Read the book. Click on the referral links below if you want any of those credit cards or you want to buy the book. Let me know what you thought of this video and any other video ideas you might have for me in the comments below. I'm always looking for stuff that I can help you guys out with. And make sure to subscribe and like the video if you liked it, and I will see you in the next one.